Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are talking right now with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. He's previewing 7 or 8 NFL games with us this week. He takes anything I asked him to cover. He took 41 preseason games, put his professional reputation on the line. That's incredibly admirable and difficult, and he wound up going 22-19 in those games. Last year in the NFL with us overall, he hit 56%, again, taking any game I asked him to take. Now he's going to cover the very tough Buffalo-Chicago game. Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Thanks for being back with us.
Thank you, Peter. I love it. My third year with you, and hopefully third of about 27 or something.
Yeah, I can't stress it enough. It's very, because I deal with so many handicappers, right? And rightly so. They're super cautious about what games they'll take, what games they'll cover, because, they're putting their reputation on the line. They don't want to come out and cover games where they have a strong opinion on that they're willing to go down with. You'll cover anything I ask you to cover, and so give a plug for OffshoreInsiders.com. Tell us how you do with the games you really do like.
Yeah, no, I don't know the exact number, but I think the number would be in the single digits. People have been full-time handicappers since the 1980s, and that is certainly me. But yeah, at OffshoreInsiders.com, I not only put my personal reputation, but my business money and my own personal investment money on the line with my premium picks. 27th year in the business. Always get the great intel unlocked inside the plays. Joe Duffy's picks at OffshoreInsiders.com.
All right, Buffalo-Chicago is the game you're going to cover right now, and you're going to cover this because I asked you to take it, and I asked you to take it because no other capper wanted to touch it, and that's understandable because the line is very tough. On the positive side, there is a pretty significant split market-wide. You can get 6.5 or 7, so that's if you want Chicago, you're going to get 6.5. If you want Buffalo, you get +7, and that's nice. But this is a tough line to analyze because there's so many unknowns. The Bears have a lot to recommend them, right? They have some big weapons on offense. Jay Cutler, is he a big weapon? I don't know. He's certainly a big question mark, has big potential at times. Their defense was horrible last year, but they upgraded. It should be a little bit better at least this year. How much better? Not exactly sure. And then on the other side with Buffalo, same deal. Buffalo had an awesome defense last season, and their defense should be excellent, elite again. And they also have weapons on offense, but they haven't been a successful team because of the quarterback play of E.J. Manuel. How good is he going to be this year? Not exactly clear. In the preseason, it was not looking good. So would you take Chicago -6.5 or Buffalo +7? I don't know. For me, it's a pass. Joe Duffy, what's your take on this game?
Now, this is going to be another game where I'm going to go with the chalk, even though in my 26 years, I've generally been an underdog player. But this now it does look like Sammy Watkins, who's probably the biggest injury in this game, is probably going to play for Buffalo. But he was banged up a lot during the preseason. The bigger question is not is he going to play, but is he going to finish? But the reason I like the Bears, look, anyone who's watched the videos here and certainly who's been with me since Jay Cutler has come into the league, they know that I've been a big critic of his, but this is a really good circumstance for him. I know that his coaches, his teammates all are claiming that they really think they've seen the maturity in him, that he's had an attitude adjustment. And am I buying it? I'm buying it short term. I think during a brand new honeymoon period, it's like he's on a second honeymoon. I do think that his physical talents will probably win out early in the year, and then we'll see what happens when he faces adversity. But as far as I'm concerned, Alshon Jeffries and Brandon Marshall, and Jeffries I think might be the most underrated wide receiver in the league. He's got no shortage of weapons. As much as we don't overanalyze what happens in the preseason, I think in the case of Buffalo, where their offense needed to perform to the point where E.J. Manuel actually played in every preseason game, so it was important to them, and he was terrible. Yeah. They didn't even score until their 19th offensive drive. I just think this is one of the cases where Chicago is loaded on offense, and Buffalo, boy, oh boy, they're one absolute weapon. I mean, yeah, they do have good running backs, but as far as Watkins, we don't even know if he's going to stay healthy, and E.J. Manuel is showing signs of regressing after he started out pretty good last year, but I don't know. I don't think Manuel is really a starting NFL quarterback.
Well, Joe Duffy, that's a good argument. I guess I would tend to agree with you. The Bears defense is going to have to improve, and they probably will at least a little bit, and Cutler will have to show up. This might be the kind of game where he will. It's a relatively low-pressure game, even though it's the first week of the season. So that's it. Chicago Bears -6.5 is Duffy's recommendation on this tough line set. Thanks so much, Joe.